Okay, let's see, who do we have? Who's there? Who's in the chat? Can you hear me okay? You can hear me? Okay, cool. Okay, and I think that's it. Just give me 2 minutes to finish up marketing and posting the stream on social media, and then we'll be good to go. What do you guys think of the shitty overlay? What do you think the shitty overlay that I made in about like 5-10 minutes? We live, boys. Yeah, that's what I thought. It looks like it's just you here at the moment, but you know what? That's fine. Even if there's only one person watching, it means it's still worth doing. Where is my... If you're wondering why like the camera is so far away from me, I kind of feel like I set myself up for failure because I got a really good webcam, but 1080p HD is nobody's friend, so we keeping it far away from me. Okay, I think that might be... Sorry about the delay. I'm all over the place. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so hi to everyone watching and everyone who might be watching it later, assuming I upload this stream to YouTube. I'm Connor, at Queen Cornetto, and I draw stuff. I'm hoping to be doing these live streams every week, hopefully every Thursday, and I'll be announcing what I'll be doing or what the topic of the stream will go to be, because it won't just be totally freeform. I will be doing some specific topic or drawing some specific thing. So this week we're doing how to paint skin, mostly around the face. So if I go to... So I found this photo of Selena Gomez, I was scrolling through different celebrity photo shoots, looking for photos to paint, and I thought this one stuck out really well because she's made up, but her skin, there's still like plenty of color variance there because the thing about skin is that really it's a rainbow. There's a lot of colors going on beyond just like pink and flesh tone. There's reds, there's blues, sometimes there's some greens in there. And I really liked how, even though she'd definitely be wearing makeup for this photo shoot, the colors aren't completely uniform and just muted out. So I thought it might be a fun one to go with. And I'm not going to be focusing on how realistic can I make this look. I'm more going to be thinking about just laying in the proper colors and making sure kind of everything's in the right place, if you get me. So we're just going to go straight ahead and color pick. I wouldn't normally recommend color picking straight from photos, but it can save a lot of time when you're painting. And I'm not using any crazy special brushes. I'm just using a regular chalk brush that comes as standard with Photoshop. So we're gonna just lay in all these photos. So you can already see there's like a lot of purples and blues coming through here, a lot of pinks as well. It might be the way the photo is edited, but you know what, we'll just go with it and hopefully it'll turn out okay. If not, I can always direct you to some better art streams than mine to watch. Awful lot of different colors going on here. I didn't actually think it would come out this this blue and purple when I picked it out, but I thought maybe it would be like a little bit more flesh tone than that. So if you personally don't like Selena Gomez, this is the stream for you, because we could very well just end up butchering her face on this stream. But we're just going to lay in all these colors and go a little bit crazy with it. You don't have to just like passively watch. You can like ask questions if you want, because it'll feel weird for me just to be like totally silent the whole time. So go ahead and ask me shit. It's kind of like, do you ever watch like makeup videos and you um, you see people lay on their foundation and their highlight and their contour and they do it in these like really broad shapes and strokes and it looks awful, but then once it's all blended together it looks great. That's kind of what we're doing here. Hopefully that's what we're doing here. Because otherwise, shit's gonna get rough. I didn't finish it yet, but no, I haven't scrapped it. I've kind of took it back a few steps. Because something about it just wasn't quite working for me, and I think I just needed to gather some reference images and rebuild it a little bit, if that makes sense. But no, I haven't scrapped it. Let me just turn this line layer to multiply, and maybe that'll help. How did your wine tasting thing go? Could you like taste the difference, or is that just like is that just bullshit that rich people make up so they can sound smart? Although there are some wines that I've tasted that do like seem kind of distinct from others. I've noticed Australian wine tastes different. That's like as far as my wine expertise goes. Is I like the taste of Australian wine because it seems a lot sweeter than a lot of other ones. At least from the ones I've tasted. I'm not like a big wine drinker. I'm not a big drinker, period, anymore. She's not fucked up. She actually has the type of she has the type of face that I would say I'm really drawn to. No art pun intended. Cause like because people with kind of darker, more tan skin tones, um, well, like since wanting to learn how to paint different skin tones, I've noticed that the way color shines through on darker skin tones, like on black and Hispanic people like her, it it's really kind of interesting to me how it lays through. But you know what? I can already see this starting to take shape a little bit. I know, like, I might sound crazy saying that, because I mean it's still looking pretty wild, but I can see something. I can see something starting to make sense and shine through. Just gonna zoom in so I can properly get this eyebrow. It's weird, like her, like I look at that eyebrow, um, and I just think, oh, it's brown, probably because I know she's brunette. But when I go to the color picker, it's like a really deep purple. So it's strange how these things can really change according to like the lighting and how the photo is edited and so on. Although more to the edge, it gets a little bit more browny. It's starting to, it looks a bit like a Picasso painting at this point, but it'll take shape soon enough. Hopefully. I think just because I'm going all around the face, and this isn't even touching like the rest of her. I think just because I'm going all around the face, it seems a little bit crazy right now. How many people we got in the stream? Just 3. Who's the other person? Who's lurking? Show yourself. No, you're gonna stay quiet? You're just gonna leave us hanging? Fine. Okay, I see how it is. I think I need to just double up that line there. Maybe triple it up. No, just double. Okay. You know what? I know what's setting me off right now. Problem is, there we go. See, already that looks a lot better. Because the thing about really having like just a pure white background is that especially when it's on a computer monitor, it can mess with your idea of what colors are actually there. You don't get a really true idea of what colors you're seeing. Just adjust this a little bit. There we go. But once you put it on about like a 50% gray neutral background, it all comes through a lot clearer. Yes, I'm wearing your hoodie. Because it's very cold where I am. It's freezing. Here we go. I'm liking this a lot more. Oh my god! Ever since throwing on that gray background, I'm finding this a lot easier now. I'm feeling a lot more optimistic. Like for a second there, I was starting to think, "Ooh, I'm really not getting this." But now it's not exactly smooth sailing now, but it's we're getting somewhere. Yeah, this is looking a lot better now. Sometimes I have this feeling that like I'll be a little like only a little ways into a piece and I'll already think, you know what, this isn't working, this is shitty, I should just scrap it now. Um, but it just shows that sometimes you have to just muscle your way through, and it might turn out that you were actually doing like just fine the whole time. Um, but you were very quick to assume that things weren't going to go the way you wanted them to. And I'm like that a lot, I have to admit. The thing I like about this method of digital painting is that it, I mean, you can just tell by the look of this, it doesn't look digital. If you get me, it still looks like this could be an oil painting. And I really like that. I like digital artists who don't make their stuff look too clean or too polished or too rendered out. I like when they leave some of like the brush strokes in and you can really kind of see where, I mean, it looks like a painting and not just something that could have been rendered out in like a 3D modeling program or something like that. We're gonna bring some of that hair color in. See, even the hair looks purple because of the way the photo is edited. But you see like that the outer parts and this set of strands here and around here, you see this like gold color coming through, and you just kind of find the halfway point between that like kind of bright gold and the purple, and you think, oh, brunette. There's actually an artist, Kate, who I think you would really like, who you should commission. Her name is Cloverkin, and she does these really, really cute fantasy portraits of people's pets. So like she'll draw like your dog as a knight or a wizard or something like that. They're super cute, super well done. You should get them done of your dogs. They're so good that like they're some of the cutest things ever. Let me see if I can yeah, I'll put a link to her website in the chat. They're so good. I really, really like them. And it's such a great idea. Because, like, even if you're not super into art, but you have pets, odds are if you had one of those drawn, you'd like it. Because, you know, who doesn't love to see, like, cute drawings and stuff of their pets? She's roommates with my favorite artist, so if you get in touch with her, she could do little cute fantasy portraits of Sam and Max. How long we've been streaming? I don't even know. Oh, 40 minutes already. Wow. That going so crazy? Just going to quickly lay in this shoulder here. Because sometimes it's really helpful to just move to a completely different area of the piece and not like stay in one spot for too long. Because otherwise you'll end up over rendering it, or like you stare at the same spot for so long that it's like you don't even see it anymore, so you can't tell whether what you're actually painting is what you need to be doing or not. So we're just gonna quickly this like instantly kind of looks more realistic and readable and believable, probably just because there's not so much crazy purpleness going on as there is in the face. Like even if you just look at the photo, like the contrast between the shoulder and the face is enormous. Like they don't look like they belong to the same person. look over here on the hand, it goes back to being really blue, which is probably because there's a whole lot of blood going through the hand, especially near the bottom. And like when you look at your hand, when you see the veins, a lot of the time they look blue, even though they're full of something that's like a deep red. But that's just the way it refracts through the skin. And when learning to paint dark-skinned people, like people who are black, there's lots of purples going on. There's loads and loads of purple, where on a white person there would normally be a lot of red. Like me, I'm extremely red-faced, but I have very bad skin, so I don't think that's really can be used as a rule. But you see, like even just like this small set of colors on the hand, like there's so much strangeness going on there that you would never think of when you think of like what color skin is. None of these colors that I'm painting on now would ever really come to mind, except maybe like this kind of central one. But even then, it almost looks on its own. It looks like you'd think that if a person was that color, then they're probably sick. There's something wrong with them. Maybe they have like some kind of crazy disease that makes them a funny color. I made that. I'm gonna go in and correct that line art because I made that finger way too fat. I'm just gonna merge that down. Do you have much else to do in college this week? Oh, uniform. You get a uniform? Do you get like work experience as part of your course? I'm just gonna like put up another update because people probably watched like within the first like 10 minutes of this stream when it wasn't looking good at all. But I'm feeling good about this now. I'm kind of liking it. It's got a very oil painting-y vibe, which I really, really like. And I don't paint people nearly often enough, not nearly as much as I should. Okay. I had to grab a desk light because I'm not properly lit in this room. I'm actually backlit, so like, and I wanted to buy a ring light, but I can't really afford it right now, so I had to like improvise, and so I got this like shitty desk light. There we go. I was watching. Oh, speaking of kitchens and hotels, um, I watched like an episode of Hotel Hell, that like Gordon Ramsay show that just focuses on hotels last night. Oh my god, what a show! I really like Gordon Ramsay. People say you shouldn't because he can be mean and he's an asshole, but god damn. I always get emotional watching that video of him like praising the little kids, that like compares how he is with kids with how he is with adults. That video gets to me every time. I like him so much better than a lot of other like TV personalities because you see so many TV hosts and like they have no charisma at all. They've no personality. They've nothing. And like Gordon Ramsay, yeah, he can be an asshole to like other chefs, especially young chefs, or well, not young chefs as in kids, but like people who want to work professionally as chefs. Um, but he you still look at him and you think, oh, he's got a really strong presence and personality. Like, he belongs on a TV show. But then you see some other hosts, like that guy, Marty something. I can't remember his last name, but the guy who hosts like Winning Streak on Saturday nights. He has no personality whatsoever. it's just deadening to watch. It's like, why is this person on television? Like, who put them there? They should be fired. I don't watch it, but it's like kind of a when I'm over at my dad's, it's like a bit of a meme whenever whenever there's like an ad break, you do the usual thing of, you flick around the channels till the ads are over. And Winning Streak, and like I'd be over on Saturdays and Winning Streak would be on, and my dad hates Winning Streak with like a burning passion. So like it's always funny watching him like go crazy. He'd like start giving out and like taking the shit out of Marty while he's on the air. It's just so funny. It's just like a weird meme, personal meme, family meme. All families should have memes. But no, I don't watch Winning Streak. How am I gonna watch Winning Streak when there's like so many shows I haven't watched, so many things I need to catch up on? I still need to watch Stranger Things season 2. I still need to watch that last season of Game of Thrones. I need to watch Psycho Mob 100. Oh God, so many things. And I'd like to say that, oh, I'm not watching these things because I'm too busy drawing. But we all know that isn't true. It's like a whole mess of things that I need to watch. Important thing about painting hair is that you always want to paint in the direction of the strands, which to a lot of people seems obvious and like kind of seems like what your natural instinct would be, but you'd be surprised how many times I've seen people paint hair and like they'd be going like that trying to paint it. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? It's they don't know. Although this is kind of like a cool hair color to have, like this purple, I'd have that hair. kind of miss one person who I'm missing having on this stream is like there's this one person. Oh God, what's their name? Murky Radio. This one guy who's always watching my YouTube videos. He's like my OG subscriber, and I always miss him. And I think, oh God, I wish I had a way to reach Murky. I should let him know that, hey, I'm streaming on Twitch now. Come and say hi. Murky's my boy. I'm tempted to switch to a different brush when painting the hair. But I kind of want to just stick to this one brush that I've been using this whole time. Because you can get like special brushes for painting skin, that kind of, it's kind of a cheat. It kind of makes it a bit easier. But I think, and like, there's nothing wrong with using them. God knows I use, quote, cheat brushes all the time. But I think it's good to learn how to draw this stuff or how to paint it using, just whatever you have to hand. If you can, like say if you want to go for an art job, and they ask, oh, can you paint this or can you paint that? And say, yeah, I can, but I can only do it in one way. I can only do it in one way, rather than, being able to paint a wide variety of things and being able to do it in a wide variety of ways that can be adapted to different things. To me, that sounds like a lot more appealing than just being a one-trick pony. Let's see what hairbrushes I have, because I have a lot of brushes. Almost too many, if I'm being honest. Let's see what this one's like. Oh yeah, I can see that. So let's see. Let's try to get one of the lighter shades here and just kind of pull it through. I hope like the way the color is shining through on like the really subtle shades, I hope that's showing through okay on Twitch. It should do. I don't see why it wouldn't, because it is just coming straight from my PC. But you never know with these things. But yeah, here we go. Now it's looking a little bit more layered. Let's just go back to the basic chalk brush. outline some of this nice. Actually, no. We need to finish that hand. See, this is the problem. I keep jumping all over the place, and I lose track of what actually needs to be finished. It's a problem. Sometimes it makes me think like I have, I don't know, ADHD or something, but I doubt it. Where should I go next? What area should I work on? I'm liking this. How long have we been streaming for? We're going just a little over an hour now. So I think I'll go for another hour. We'll keep this going, and we'll see where that gets us. Yeah, see? Because, like, it was looking real sketchy at first. Y'all thought I was being crazy and weird with the colors, but nah, I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew that's what was really there. Just needs to blend a little bit more into there. And after this, after laying in all the colors, it just becomes a matter of blending them all together. To work on these lips a little bit more because they're not quite. I'm gonna zoom that in a bit. Just okay, yeah. So we're just gonna. Normally I like to stay as zoomed out as possible when painting, but sometimes you do really need to just like go in, because when you zoom in too much, you'll quickly end up just losing sight of like everything, and then one area will become over rendered, and you just won't be able to get the rest of it up to the same level or standard, no matter how hard you try. It's what a lot of artists call the other eye problem, because they draw one eye and it looks really good, they really like how it is, but then they draw the other one and it's just, oh, I can't, like, oh, it's terrible. Also, look at this blue, look at this vibrant blue that's coming out of her eye color. It's coming out of the white of her eye. That's supposed to be white, but look how damn blue it is. God. That looks like, it makes me think of a slushie. Okay, and then we'll lay that in. And that. Okay. I'll do this thing a lot where I'll go like, because I'm really trying to like take as much of a step back, literally, as possible, so that I can see what needs to be done next. I think what we really need to be doing is more detail, more coloring around the eyes now, because there's all of this purple going on, purple and blue around the eyes, and for the most part we've kept the area around her eyes fairly neutral, and that's really how you should do it if you're going to be drawing or painting somebody who's wearing makeup. You should really kind of paint their faces nude and then leave the makeup till last. There we go. See, already that's working out a little bit. I'm liking where this is going so far, though. Okay. Just got this little. It's another thing when painting hair is that you don't want it to just be one solid mass. Because hair has gaps. There's all these different like shapes going on in it. There's like individual strands that just kind of go off and do their own thing, and you really want to have those in there too. Hmm. Okay. Just need to round that face out a little bit more. Because the thing about Selena Gomez is that she doesn't have like a fat face, like definitely not. But her face is very round and it's full, it's plump. Um, she doesn't have exceptionally high cheekbones, which high cheekbones make a person's face look very thin. Even really, like, no matter what weight they are, no matter what state their body is in, if they have high cheekbones, their face is going to look thin. She doesn't really have that. She's got a much softer, rounder face, which I really kind of like. I mean, everybody kind of seems to be really into cheekbones and really strong structure, which can look really nice, but but sometimes it just looks kind of gaunt. It's just like you just need to eat something today, right now. That's what like some faces look like. Look at goddamn Voldemort. That's the only appropriate word for it. That's the only word I can think of. All right, let's see. What time is it now? 1:15. Okay. This is one of the longest amounts of time that I've managed to sit down and just paint without getting up and walking around in a long time. I'm usually someone who gets really very distracted very easily, because I am not conscientious at all. And I think like having an audience or having even just one person watching me, it creates an expectation that, oh, I need to do something. I need to, almost like I need to entertain this person and make them feel like coming here was worthwhile. And having that kind of pitfall really helps me get my ass in gear and actually do something and not waste time and not, dawdle. Because otherwise, I find it just exceptionally difficult to get work done, and it really frustrates me. Like, it really does get to me, and it has done for years, ever since I was a little kid. Because when I was in school, something that would be on every single report card that we get home, like this comment would come home like clockwork. It would essentially say like, oh, Connor does well, he's doing well, but he needs to learn how to hold his attention more, he needs to stop daydreaming. And like, I really tried, but I just could never do it. It was so difficult for me just to focus, especially on something that like just didn't interest me at all. So the only time I really can focus on something is when that thing has taken. It's like the only time I can focus is when I don't have a choice. Like that idea or that subject or whatever, it has my attention and it will not let it go. Like I can only focus when I'm so possessed by something that I couldn't even sleep if I wanted to. Oh yeah, by the way, earlier when you tried to type the word bitch in stream, um, Twitch picked you up on it, so no more swearing in the stream. Like I had to, like it gave me a prompt saying like, do you want to allow this message to show up in the chat or not? So no streaming. There aren't, but there could be kids watching. We want to keep this PG. We want to keep this educational. So nothing that you wouldn't hear in a PG-13 flick, please. So I'll be looking forward to uploading this to YouTube later. Although I've been having trouble with Twitch, like I've been trying to download the earlier stream, but it's being very finicky. It's not letting me access earlier streams or earlier videos or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I was thinking that um, they're very lost. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have to kind of improvise the color a little bit. I'm just gonna have to lighten it myself. Fuck it. 'Cause you don't want them to look too bright because they're still in her mouth. There's still that shadow there. You know, you don't want to be like sparkling white when her mouth is open by like a millimeter. I don't know, even something about that doesn't seem quite. Okay, I'm gonna move on to somewhere else. Different area now, different area. Let's see if we can't find some skin brushes and just see, just for the sake of it, what difference it might make. It's already kind of similar to the chalk brush in that they're both very textured. Like, see? It might. Oh, okay, yeah. So the key with this one is kind of keeping it a little bit larger, and you have to be real soft with your strokes. You want to kind of just pillow it out. Putting some of that lighter color up towards her back, because that's where that light is going to go. And this out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. See, that's looking a little bit. Oh, thank you. Oh god, that means there's more than just one person watching. Fuck. Pressure's on now. How much time we got left? Another half hour. I don't want this to go on for crazy long because I only had kind of a half dinner, half food, and then I want to go have the rest. I want to go have another meal. But the thing is, like, my color use is, I'm literally just color picking what's there. It's not like I'm trying to be crazy or innovative with it. It's just literally what's there as being read by a machine. So now, kind of what I want to spend a couple minutes doing is, see when I zoom in, there's still lots of gray, still lots of holes everywhere. I just want to try to fill those in. sorry I've gone quiet. I'm only just becoming aware of that. It's like I'm focusing in super hardcore. Okay, what time is it? Oh, okay. We still going. I'm amazed you haven't gotten bored and left already. But it's still a waste. This is good though, I've had fun. More fun than I've had drawing for the past while. Because I get so caught up inside my own head with like the fear of failure and all that like a lot of the time I'm just like too terrified to even start painting or start drawing. And I really think that's something I need to work on and get over, to just like not think about it and just go hell for leather. it's I know you're right. You're absolutely right. Like it's nowhere near as easy as it sounds. Believe me, and I'm not making an excuse. I'm just because it's something that I struggle with probably more every day than anything else, which is like the idea that God, if you just, sucked it up, you could have gotten so much work done by now. I'm like, I know. Something in my eye. I'm not crying. I just got something in my eye. All this hair around here is missing. Let's put that in. That needs to be there. Go for the slightly heavier hairbrush. I don't make you cry. You make yourself cry. You get drunk and then you do stupid shit and then you make yourself cry. I'll edit that out of the video. Don't know what to do next. I'm interested in these kind of sequins and beads. I know everything else still needs work, but I need to step away from it for a second. What's this brush like? Ooh, I could do something interesting with these. So if we get this brush, we rotate it around. And it's too flat. Let's make it a little rounder. And then, oh no, we go for that. Turn on color dynamics. Turn up the brightness and saturation jitter a bit. See what that does. a bit too dark. Let's go for like the more mid-tone pink. Ooh, that's better. Throw in some of the really bright ones. Make it a bit rounder again. There we go. That's something. Then we'll just go back to the thing. Where's the chalk brush? So we have like that basic texture laid in, and then we'll just like kind of refine it and add to it and just paint it up ourselves. Like towards the front of the dress is a good bit darker. So we'll lay that darker color in. And around here it's very kind of maroon red. That is a beautiful color. I love that color. Just thought I had to say that. Nowhere near done, but like I need a minute. What time is it now? We can go for no. Okay, 5 minutes, and then we will call it quits. This was a good stream. This was a good first stream, rather. I had a lot of fun. And you got to see more of like how I'm weirdly expressive when I'm drawing. That shadow kind of comes around there like that. Just No, go away, phone. You're distracting me. I only have 5 minutes left. Well, I'm going to liquefy this so that I can just change around a couple things. It's good. I really like this kind of oil painting-y look. So we just kind of pull things around. We just push and pull everywhere, and we turn off the line art. Get rid of that gray background just so that we can see where all the holes are. we can fill them in. Okay. So, 2 hours gone, and this is what we managed to get done. And I'll probably still work on it for a little bit. I'll maybe give it another hour. But I'm really liking this so far. And I'm proud of myself that I was able to sit still long enough to actually do it. So, that was great. I'll see you next time, probably. Next stream will probably be an environment stream. I'm not sure. Haven't decided. I'll announce it when it happens. Alright. Talk to you.